law, arts, and theater?
I think theater and music and the arts was born in me. I get that from my mother. She was a great musician, great singer in church. She didn't do it professionally. I come from a musical family. I'm just one of the many artists in my family. I cannot claim to be the best. Maybe I just stand out to be the most prominent artist in my family when I was still active. So this came from home, and when I went to university, I actually did not start out studying music, dance and drama. I started out doing anthropology, and it was in my second year that I dropped out of that course without consulting my parents, and I opted for my love. And nobody knew. My father thought I was studying anthropology and I was going to graduate with a bachelor in social sciences. Only on graduation day, he showed up in his suit, and we were going to campus to the graduation, and told him, Mzee means old man. He said, Mzee, you know, I'm graduating in music, dance and drama. I said, damn, I'm not going. He didn't go with me. He was mad at me until a few years later when I got real successful. And he said, son, maybe you were right. So yeah, I was an artist for a long time. I was comfortable. I only went to law school because of a fundamental decision that I had taken to get involved in politics, but I needed some training. So I went to law school in 2016. Now that follows so many reasons that drove me to politics, which will take me so long to delve into. However, I took that decision in 2016 to go back to law school. And when I went to law school, guess what I found? I found this new professor who was a young graduate from Harvard. He had just earned his master's degree in law from the Harvard Law School. We became friends and started having conversations, you know, about the country and the trajectory it was taken, and we saw how there was no constitutionalism in our country. So towards the end of the first year, we saw that General Museveni was trying to change the constitution to make himself stay forever, and the lawlessness and everything. So the student and the professor agreed that it does not make sense to study law, to study constitutional law in a country that had no constitutionalism. We both left law school and formed a political movement called People Power. Yeah, and you know, that's how People Power started until here.
So let me ask a question then. My next question is really about the connection between activism and this sort of movement politics of people power, and the decision to formalize it in a political party in a country that has such a fraught relationship, shall we say. We'll get into the details. But
Yeah.
A fraught relationship with elections, with democracy. Are there trade-offs in the sort of activist movement approach and the formal party politics approach, and what made it worth it for you to formalize?
Yeah. Actually, it's a huge trade-off, I must say. I was an activist, into activism. I believed in it. I still believe in it. Actually, when I chose to run for parliament, there were many political parties, the ruling party and formidable opposition parties. While the NRM was a ruling party, we had the FDC led by Dr. Kizza Besigye, powerful opposition party, the main leading opposition party then. I had the Democratic Party, the historical opposition party, Uganda People's Congress and all that. But the youthful me, with that fire that was burning in me, believed, as I believe now, that the solution did not lie in a political party, and there was a lot of, you know, polarization among political parties. So I decided to run independent on an activism card. I won the election against the main political party and the main opposition party with 80% of the vote. You know, that spoke to me, and it is the gospel that we had been pushing to our nation, saying now Uganda's need is not another political party, but a formidable force of of the people, and went ahead to form the People Power Movement. This encompassed membership and supporters from all across the divide, from all political parties, mainly opposition political parties. It went on like that until when circumstances determined that I ran for president in 2021. Now this is where the formalization came, that I needed a symbol, not just for me, but a symbol for me and all those that were running on the same values, on the same ideology of servant leadership and taking power back to the people. We needed a political party. We did not intend, I've never intended to form a political party. We were in good terms with the Democratic Party. We were in good terms with the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, and others. Unfortunately, all of them, now this I learned later, that they had an understanding with the regime to disassociate from us. And yes, towards the election, none of us could associate with us, because dictators love a divided opposition. And I'm saying opposition with quotes, because some opposition, most of them are not intending or are not targeting removal of the regime, but just to up their status within the regime. So we very cunningly and creatively co-opted an unknown political party. It was called National Unity Development and Reconciliation Party. Silently and through a proxy, we changed its name, changed its colors to our preferred colors. She also changed the symbol, and we held a secret delegates conference, and I took over the leadership. Why did we do that? Because the regime, we wanted to formalize the People Power Movement and turn it into a political party, but the regime gave an order not to register us as a political party because they knew what it would turn up. Anyway, fast forward, we took over this new political party, and in a shocking revelation, we held a press conference and said, ladies and gentlemen, now we have a new political party, and we held a secret delegates conference, and here I am. I'm the president of that party, and the nation went into a frenzy. Now this was just a month and a half towards the main election. We were able to nominate on that political party, and we won the election, although it was rigged. We got many more members of parliament, and we suddenly became the leading opposition political party. Yeah.
So I wanted to come to that election.
I must mention this, I'm sorry. I must mention this to draw clarity between activism and former political party. We have said it before that we are not a political party, and yes, we are not. We just have a political party. We took over that political party to have a formal and legal platform, an electoral platform as a political party. But to solve our problem, we are the People Power Movement, not the National Unity Platform. We just have a political party, but we are a movement. I don't know if I make it more clear.
Yes, no, I understand. I mean, I think also what you've just demonstrated, it's almost like show, don't tell, the link between theater, which is the like reveal of who we are, the colors, the flag, the icon of the party, and the law, which is you have to find a path. It has to be something that's not obvious, because there was an attempt to deny you the right to register. So those trainings served you well. At the end of the day, you're still a lawyer and a theater and music.
Drama school did it. Drama school did it.
So I wanted to dig into the election a little bit, because we have many sort of politically minded people in the room. I hope all of you will actually contest power, do the hard thing. You can ask our guest today what it's like. But in January of this year, President Yoweri Museveni was declared the winner of the presidential elections, marking his 40th year in office. There were widespread allegations of human rights abuses, fraud. We heard about the abuse and torture that you and your family have experienced, and for that, we're so sorry. You were declared officially the runner-up. Can you walk us through what the experience is like contesting elections that you know are not free and fair, and what was gained